Again, I'd like to make this short video about um, an experience from yesterday, just yesterday afternoon, and has to do with something that the Lord put on my heart. These things are getting fogged up, um, and thanks in large part to Sister Visha. I think that's the way you pronounce her name, Visha. Um, she spoke at length about golden calves in our lives, and things that distance us from God. And we have to think of it this way: not only distancing ourselves from God, but uh, the representatives of God on the earth, that is, other people. If we don't show compassion and love and consideration for people, then are we representing God in a good way? Are we sanctifying the people? Um, are we rude? Are we polite? How are we treating them? I just had an experience like that yesterday. I was in my car, and I pulled into a parking lot, and I pulled into a parking slot. Um, but at the same time, there was this older gentleman in his pickup truck, and he had a whole bunch of tree branches. They were stacked pretty high, and even kind of sticking out the back end of his truck. And I hadn't really paid much attention to the fact that he was trying to park in the same slot that I had just been moving into. And I understood what his intention was, and that is to take up two parking spaces so that he could pull out forward without having to back up, because he was going to have trouble otherwise. And the problem was with my heart. I stayed in that slot, and he had to back out and go look for another spot. And as I've been thinking about it later, I understood this to be kind of similar to when the Apostle Paul speaks of the law of our limbs, or our members. The law of our members. We commit sin because our body, our flesh, um, has these impulses that we follow, or we don't follow. We follow the word, or we follow God. Um, but unless we are fleshly people, now I began to understand that um, then my vehicle must have um, a law of its own, so to speak. There's a famous cartoon, Disney cartoon, with Goofy, very mild mannered Goofy, until he gets in his vehicle. And once he gets into his vehicle and gets into traffic, then becomes like demon possessed. And I realized that that's what I had been doing. That's what I allow to happen. I allow the idea of, hey, I have my rights, by dint of the fact that I'm here first, or uh, the road is delineated. There's definite markings that belong to me, and if I'm moving, hey, that space ahead of me belongs to me, by dint of the fact that I'm moving at a certain speed. The faster I go, the more um, territory I claim by virtue of the speed that I'm traveling and the size of the vehicle that I'm in at the time. To an extent, that makes sense. Um, but yesterday, I could have showed the man some grace and backed out, but I did not. And that, to me, speaks of the glory of the golden calf, that brute beast that I drive. And it's something that we have to be cautious about. because it's something that distances us from people. It causes us to be rude or insensitive, indifferent to people. And being indifferent to people, to other people, and being insensitive, and being, other times rude, it's the same as doing it to God. And I know I have to watch out for that. This is one of the golden calves that Sister Wisha uh, spoke about, I believe. Not necessarily, but we do have golden calves, and that, to me, that applies. Um, that's all I have to say right now, and hope this blesses you and brings us closer to understanding about what God has for us and what He intends for His children to understand. Because it's all about understanding His Word, understanding His intent, and understanding and knowing His heart. God bless you. Thank you.